Have you ever felt the weight of the stars pressing against your chest, Aries, as if the universe itself were whispering secrets you're not yet ready to hear? What if the struggles you've carried, those jagged thorns of doubt, those endless nights of fire and unrest, are not your destiny, but merely a veil, thin as a shadow, waiting to be torn away? The cosmos has never been silent, but its voice is a riddle, a labyrinth of signs that only the brave dare to follow. On the 10th day of June, something stirs, an unseen current, a pulse of destiny that hums your name. But what is it that the heavens have hidden from you, and why does it feel like the answer is already burning in your veins? The world would have you believe that your battles are eternal, that the ram's horns must forever clash against unyielding stone. They're wrong. The prophecies of old, the ones etched in starlight and whispered by seers like Baba Vanga, speak of cycles, wheels within wheels, turning toward moments of shattering clarity. Your fire, Aries, is not a curse, but a forge, and the difficulties you've faced are not chains, but keys. Keys to what, you ask? To a door that opens only once, on a date that looms like a beacon in the fog. The 10th of June is no ordinary day, it's a reckoning, a collision of fate and will. Yet, what makes this moment yours, and why does the thought of it tighten your throat? Baba Vanga saw through the veil of time, her blind eyes piercing the illusions that bind us. She spoke of warriors like you, Aries, born under the red star of Mars, destined not to break, but to burn brighter. She warned of a world that buries its truths, that drowns the soul's questions in noise and distraction. But you've felt it, haven't you? That restless pull, that spark in your gut that refuses to be silenced. The struggles you've carried are not random, they're a map, a code written in the language of the cosmos. On the 10th of June, the map leads somewhere you've been running toward without knowing. What is it that waits for you there? And why does every fiber of your being scream to find out? The air grows heavy now, doesn't it? Like the moment before a storm, when the sky holds its breath, and the world feels too small for what's coming. Baba Vanga's visions were never gentle, there were blades, cutting through the lies we tell ourselves. She saw your fire, Aries, and she saw its purpose. The difficulties that have scarred you are not your story's end, but its beginning. On the 10th of June, the stars aligned to unveil a truth so potent it could unravel everything you thought you knew. But truths like these demand courage. They demand that you stay, that you listen, that you refuse to turn away. What is the secret that this state holds, and what happens if you miss the moment it's revealed? This is no game of chance, Aries. The universe does not roll dice. Every step you've taken, every wound you've borne, has led you to this precipice. Baba Vanga's words echo through time. The ram does not bow, but it must choose. On the 10th of June, a door will open, and the difficulties that have haunted you will crumble like ash in the wind, but only if you see it, only if you're ready. The question is not whether the stars will speak, it's whether you'll dare to hear them. Stay with me, Aries, because every word from here is a step closer to the truth. What lies beyond that door, and why does it feel like your entire life has been leading you to it? Have you ever stood at the edge of a flame, Aries, feeling its heat lick at your skin, daring you to step closer? The fire within you, that restless, untamed spark, has always been your guide, hasn't it? But what if the battles you fought, the ones that left scars, no one sees, were never meant to break you, but to carve a path to something greater? Baba Vanga, with her sightless eyes that saw beyond the veil, whispered of moments like this, when the stars shift and the ram's horns catch the light of a truth long buried. On the 10th of June, the universe will hum a song only you can hear. But what is it about this date that makes your heart race, as if it already knows the answer? The struggles you've carried, those heavy stones in your chest, are not your fate, they're a riddle, and you're closer to solving it than you think. Why does it feel like the cosmos is holding its breath, waiting for you to see? The world tells you to keep fighting, to grit your teeth and charge through the pain, as if suffering were your birthright. But Baba Vanga saw through that lie. She saw you, Aries, standing in a storm of your own making, your fire, both your weapon and your wound. The difficulties that have haunted those moments when you wondered if you were enough aren't chains. They're threads in a tapestry you've yet to fully see. On the 10th of June, the threads will converge, weaving a revelation that could shift the ground beneath your feet. But what is it that waits in the silence of that day? What truth is so potent that the stars themselves have conspired to lead you to it? You've felt the pull, haven't you? That quiet ache, That whisper in the dark that says you're meant for more. Why does it hurt to believe it, yet feel so right to chase it? Your life, Aries, is no accident. Every tear, every triumph, every night you stared at the ceiling, wrestling with questions, too big for words, it's all been leading you here. Baba Vanga's visions were never kind, but they were true. She spoke of warriors born under the red star, their hearts forged in fire, their paths marked by trials that burn away the falls. Your difficulties are not punishments, they're initiations. On the 10th of June, the initiation ends, and a door swings open not to answers, but to a truth that will demand everything you are. What does it mean to stand at the threshold of your own destiny? What happens when the ram, battered but unbowed, finally sees the horizon? The air is thick with possibility now, isn't it? Like the moment before a spark catches, when the world holds still and everything feels alive. Why does your soul stir, as if it's already stepping toward that door? They say time is a river, but for you, Aries, it's a torrent, rushing toward a single point. Baba Vanga saw it a moment when the ram's fire would meet the star's light, when the weight of your struggles would lift like mist in the morning sun. The 10th of June is not just a date, it's a mirror, reflecting the truth you've carried all along. But mirrors can be cruel, can't they? They show you the strength you've doubted, the wounds you've hidden, the dreams you've buried. What will you see when you look into that mirror? What will it ask of you to become? The fire in your chest is no longer a burden, it's a beacon, guiding you to a truth that's been waiting since the day you were born. Why does it feel like you've known this all along, yet feared to name it? The stars don't lie, Aries, but they don't make it easy. Baba Vanga's voice, heavy with the weight of unseen worlds, speaks to you now. The ram does not run from its fire, but through it. Your difficulties, your doubts, your moments of breaking, they've been shaping you for this. On the 10th of June, the shaping ends, and the unveiling begins. But what does it mean to be unveiled? To stand raw and radiant in the truth of who you are. The tension in your bones, the quickening of your pulse, it's not fear, it's recognition. You're not just watching this moment approach, you're becoming it. Every step, every scar, every silent scream has been a map to this day. Why does it feel like the universe is whispering your name, daring you to answer? There's a pulse beneath your skin, Aries, a rhythm that's been there since the beginning. It's the beat of your fire, the echo of your will, the cadence of a destiny you've been writing without knowing. Baba Vanga saw it in her dreams, the ram, fierce and fragile, standing at a crossroads where the past burns away and the future takes shape. The 10th of June is that crossroads, a moment when the stars pause and the world waits. But waiting for what? For you to claim what's yours, for you to see what's been hidden in plain sight. Your struggles have been a language, a code only you can break. Why does it feel like the answer is so close, like a word on the tip of your tongue? The fire in you is not just surviving, it's speaking. What is it trying to say? You've carried the weight of your battles, Aries, but you've also carried their meaning. Baba Vanga's visions were not of endings, but of beginnings, moments when the soul wakes and the stars align. On the 10th of June, your soul will wake. But to what? To a truth that's both a wound and a crown. To a purpose that's both a burden and a gift. The difficulties that have tested you are not your story's climax. They're its prologue. The real story begins when you step into the light of that day. Why does it feel like you're already there, standing on the edge of something vast? The cosmos is not a distant thing, it's in you, Aries, and it's been waiting for you to notice. What happens when you finally do? The silence is loud now, isn't it? Like the hush before a revelation, when every breath feels like a choice. Baba Vanga's words cut like a blade. The ram does not stumble into its truth. It fights for it. Your fire, your pain, your unrelenting heart, they've been your fight. On the 10th of June, the fight becomes something else, a reckoning, a remembering, a rising. But rising to what? To a version of yourself you've only glimpsed in dreams. To a truth that could set you free or break you open. The stars are watching, Aries, and they're not neutral. They're calling you to this moment, to this day, to this truth. Why does it feel like you've been running toward it your whole life, yet only now see the path? The fire in you, Aries, has never been just a flamitze constellation, a map of stars etched in your bones, guiding you through the dark. On the 10th of June, the map becomes a mirror, and what you see will not be the ram who fought, but the one who rises. Baba Vanga's sightless gaze lingers here, in this moment where your struggles dissolve into light, where the weight of your battles becomes the wings of your truth. Have you ever wondered what it feels like to stand at the edge of yourself, to see the vastness of who you're meant to be? The cosmos doesn't close doors, it opens skies. And yet, what is it about this sky that feels so much like home, as if you've been carrying its echo all along? Your scars, your fire, your relentless heart, they've been a language, haven't they? A dialect of courage, spoken in whispers and roars, leading you to this precipice. The 10th of June is not an end, but a beginning, a moment when the stars pause to watch you step into the truth they've guarded. Baba Vanga saw you here, not as a warrior broken by trials, but as one forged by them, your fire no longer a weapon but a beacon. What does it mean to shine so fiercely that the shadows of doubt burn away? The universe is not a distant thing, it's alive in your pulse, in the quiet spaces where you've dared to dream. Why does it feel like the world is waiting for you to claim it? There's a stillness now, isn't there? A hush that holds the weight of everything you've been and everything you'll become. The difficulties that once loomed like mountains are now stepping stones, each one a testament to the fire that refused to fade. Baba Vanga's visions were never about endings, about the ram who runs not from pain, but through it, into a truth that remakes the world. On the 10th of June, that truth will call your name, soft as a whisper, loud as a storm. What happens when you see that the fire in you was never meant to destroy, but to illuminate? The stars are not above you, Aries there within you, and they're singing. This moment, this fleeting now, is a thread in the tapestry of your soul. The 10th of June is not just a doorway, a chance to step into the life you've been sculpting with every choice, every tear, every defiant breath. Baba Vanga's words echo like a heartbeat. The ram does not bow, but it choose to see Aries, choose to rise, choose to let the fire in you burn bright enough to light the path ahead. And in that choice, a truth unfolds. You are not the struggles you've carried, but the strength that carried them. What will you do with that strength now? What will you create when the veil falls and the stars reveal their song? You are the answer, Aries, and the world is waiting to hear it. So stand here, at the edge of your fire, and let it speak. Like this video if its truth stirred something in you. Comment below with the spark it ignited your dreams, your fears, your defiance. Share this with those who need to remember their own fire, and subscribe to walk this path with us, to uncover the truths the stars still hold. This is not the end, Aries, it's the beginning of everything. The 10th of June is coming, and with it, a truth that will change you forever. Are you ready to meet it?